What's up, y'all? I'm back here. It is. I'm pulling Akademikz card. That's what I'm doing right now. Give me a second. It just hit me to pull his card. Because there's been a lot of back and forth over is his birthday 1991 or 89. But I think it's 1989. What's up? Anyway, what's up, everybody? Yeah, I think we're going to read the Akademikz card. Press number 1 if you want me to read his card. I'm reading it anyway. But press number 1 if you want me to read it. Well, what's up, everybody? I'm here. Immigrant wake-up call. And I say this with respect to the people, my immigrant folks, with respect. I say this with respect to my immigrant folks with respect. But for those with no respect, it is a reckoning going on right now in America. You see all of the planes taking people to Colombia, tried to stand down on Trump. And Trump said, tariff, bitch. And they were like, okay, we'll take them. Trump is actually exercising power when it comes to this. And a lot of people, I saw on Twitter yesterday, some guy that voted for Trump, mad that his girlfriend that's in the middle of her citizenship papers just got sent off. And I'm like, damn, that's fucked up. But did you forget? This is America, Jack. Cleo McDowell wasn't just bullshitting when he said that to King Joffrey Joseph. This is America, Jack. This place don't give a fuck at all. You got that going on, and then you got your tether Akademikz going through it. It's funny you see what's going on. Like, Akademikz is going through it. And notice that whole Drake team. Drake's a little enforcement dude, some corny-ass rapper out of Canada named Top 5. He back in jail. Drake losing every day in court and in life. Akademikz. And a lot of them niggas that was siding with Drake early on. You see Cameron and Cameron and Jim Jones going at it. Like, you old ass niggas beefing for. And Cameron, you still ain't came out with a reactionary diss. You said Kendrick took too long because he took 17 days. Where you at? Too goddamn old to be beefing. And it's all being instigated by 50 Cent. Those guys ain't necessarily tethers, but I call these kind of black Americans. Well, 50 Cent, his background is Jim Jones a tether? But these are New York niggas that were supporting Drake. Remember, Kendrick said, bitch niggas like bitch niggas. Remember he said that? Yeah, okay, Jim Jones is not FBA. Okay. Sammy Ross said Drake is here in Australia. Okay. Cameron is Panamanian. He is Panamanian. Cameron is Panamanian. Let me be writing exact. Yeah. Yeah, he is a Panamanian descent. Oh, shit. Yeah, 50 Jamaican. So, yeah. I didn't even come into the dog. I appreciate y'all, chat. I didn't even come into this show today even thinking about the whole connection with the Dipset and 50. I wasn't even, it just kind of, as I was talking, that came up. And after it came up, okay, you're not caring. It's something right, yeah, it's something right here. Um, Rapper Cameron Giles is of Panamanian descent through his father. I'm looking at it right now. Yes. 50 Cent, his mother is of Jamaican heritage. He was born in Queens, but his mother's Jamaican. Damn. I wasn't even thinking about this. Look, man, I'm doing my best to decipher and not make this a regional beef between Tethers and Black American. But goddamn, because I was like, why are these old niggas fighting like this? Meanwhile, out here on the West, they just had a joint album. The album was all right. Mount Westmore. You saw E40, Snoop, Too Short, and Ice Cube just did an album together 2 years ago, and they still doing music on each other's stuff out here out the West. Damn, I see why y'all had such a problem with Kendrick and how the West united. I'm reading it right now, you fucking dickheads, where it says 50 Cent, whose real name is Curtis Jackson, has Jamaican heritage through his mother. Cameron Giles is of Panamanian descent through his father. Shit. Oh, yeah, you see Luke crashing out? Luke is crashing out like a motherfucker. If you think I'm messy, then get your clean ass out of here, nigga. I'm literally over here bringing shit up as I talk, and you talking about some being messy. You messy. You get the fuck out of here if you think it's a problem then. I don't like weirdos around me anyway. I'm reading it right here. It said his mom is of Jamaican heritage. That's what this is saying. Saying Cameron's people is of Panamanian descent. His dad. That's what this is saying. Either way it go, these are some shit starting niggas. And they messy. The fuck is, I tell you one thing that is a common bond, whether they FBA or not. They all from New York. And so is Joe Budden. Y'all heard Joe Budden talking about something on his Twitter space? He's telling something he could be responsible for starting the hyphy movement. That's one thing we can come together. All these niggas is from New York. All these niggas that initially supported Drake. All these niggas that I told y'all it's a certain way. What the fuck is wrong with y'all in New York? Y'all be the first ones to talk all kind of shit about what the West is doing. The fuck is wrong with y'all in New York? You got niggas in their 60s having rap beefs over some 1998 shit. I tell you that goddamn much. Shit's all goddamn New York. Don't put this shit on the Carolinas, because I don't see D'Angelo, he's from Virginia. I don't see little brother goddamn beefing with nobody. Like the Pharrell, Newport News, you can't put this shit on the Carolinas now, in the South. Because the South niggas ain't doing all this extra shit right now. See, this is why the South and the West generally get along pretty damn good. Like, we just trying to chill, smoke a little herbals. What's up, Justin Hunt? These niggas is literally having, like Justin, are 50-year-old Long Beach dudes beefing with each other, brother? I'm talking about 50-year-olds. I expect people in their 20s to beef. That's what being in your 20s is about. Maybe early 30s. When you young, cock strong, yeah, nigga, that's what it's about. Let's go, nigga, let's go. You got great cornrows? Give it up. It's over. It's over. It's over. It's over. It's over. It's over. Y'all subscribe to Justin Hunt, man. I love watching this dude's channel on YouTube. I love watching this channel. But back into what we talking about with the whole situation with Akademikz. Let's go back into what we talking about here. Akademikz got banned from Twitch. He got banned from Twitch because of what happened over the weekend. Him basically grooming online for all of us to see a 15-year-old child. And Twitch said that's against a community guideline. What's up, Rocky? Twitch said that's against the community guidelines, and they kicked his ass out of here. See, this is what we're talking about hip-hop being bastardized. We're talking about DEI. Akademikz is DEI hip-hop. All of those East Coast and West Coast, LA, Big Boy. This is the reason why I never big up Big Boy here in LA. Cause his whole crew is Mexican. He ain't got one black person on his crew. The last black person he had, I think, was Fuzzy, and he made him do some weird shit on the radio for a car, and then that was back in the 90s. That's why I never Big Boy got himself somewhere. West Coast, this is our problem. We got to handle it in the house. Black people got to really start, especially black artists. I understand Big Boy is a big platform out here. But at some point, as a black artist, you got to ask Big Boy, what's up with your crew? And what's up with your radio station? Why is every radio station here, every DJ not black American? This is an issue that we have. We're starting to see, black people, pay attention to this DEI shit. Like, the South, y'all the last ones with black DJs. Maybe Chicago, parts of the Midwest. The coast, we ain't got no black DJs on the coast. Either one. No, not Big Boy from Outkast. Big Boy Radio out here in LA. His whole crew is Latino. Big Boy, the radio host, not the rapper. Fox fur on my feet. So they call me the Gangster Mac in the Cadillac. Not that Big Boy. Not that Big Boy. Crocodiles on my feet. Fox fur on my back. Bow tie around my neck. So they call me the Gangster Mac in the Cadillac. Nigga, hell no, not that. That Big Boy that's a music god right there, nigga. Salute to Big Boy. But I'm talking about the LA Big Boy on the radio. That's our problem we got to deal with in-house. And West Coast artists got to start asking Big Boy some questions. I'm serious. We don't even get a chance to talk about our own music. K-Jazz here in LA. It's like the only way you could be a DJ and on black radio outside of KGLH. See, Stevie Wonder still owns KGLH. That's why Stevie Wonder. That's why KGLH is the only radio station here in LA that has black DJs because it's a black-owned radio station. I don't listen to radio either, Miss Denise Scales. I stopped listening to radio damn near 20 years ago. But just pay attention. Like, where are the black DJs? There are no black DJs in jazz. Unless they're like a big name that's doing the Sunday night show. There are no black DJs on the oldie stations. There are no black G's. All of the music on the radio is black. All of it. Unless they sing it in Spanish, that mariachi shit ain't us. If they're singing in English and it's on the radio, it's black music. They done gentrified the other genres and still got hip hop. Ebro. Yeah, radio got killed in '96 because of the Telecommunications Act. I broke that down on Patreon. I'm gonna do another Patreon real soon to where I break down the 1996 Telecommunications Act and how that killed radio. And radio was always the gatekeeper of black music. If you notice, when black radio was killed, black music died. There's no way Usher has a bigger career than, say, Joe or Gerald Levert in an age of radio. When you get to when the DJs are picking who you hear, when the radio stations were responsible to the listener. Yes, they had payola and everything, but you only take so much payola because you had to play enough music to keep people jamming, to keep them listening. There's no way with radio only Beyonce gets to break out. There's no way with radio Alicia Keys beats out Jill Scott and Erykah Badu. And John Legend and Alicia Keys was they were put in to kill Neo Soul. I said it. But that all happened after the Telecommunications Act, when all of those radio stations got bought up by major corporations. Then now, since the major conglomerates own the radio, they're no longer beholden to the listener. And they give you where the fuck they want to give you. So here go John Legend up here, and we're going to keep Drew Hill down there. We're going to keep Ruben Studdard down here and give you niggas all the John Legend you want. This nigga, John Legend, got a song called Ordinary People. That nigga look like an ordinary dairy cow. And it just devolved from there. From there, it went from there to Beyonce beating out. If true radio still existed, Beyonce wouldn't have had the space she wouldn't have had the leverage to beat out A. Marie. She couldn't have stifled A. Marie's career if radio was still independently owned nationwide. They just would have broke A. Marie in a different city. That's all they would have did before the 90s. Oh, Beyonce got LA radio on lock. All right, cool. We'll break her in Oakland. We'll break her in Seattle. We'll break her in Tulsa. We'll break her in Houston. And then from there, it'll mushroom out and get to LA. That's what you can do before the 90s. But, Rocky, come on. But, so this is what we're talking about. I'm giving you that history to show you how we get to an Akademikz. You cut off the real DJs in the 90s, the real black DJs, the ones who had their ear to the streets. Remember in LA, we used to have like Freestyle Fridays where local artists on Friday night after 9 o'clock, it was nothing but local artists. on Power 106. Y'all remember that? And then 92.3, the beat had to hop up on it. Well, it was local shit on Friday and Saturday night only. Slow jams on Sunday. And Rocky going ham right now. Rocky, come here. Rocky nuts issue. Rocky be scratching his nuts. But that stuff, you can still when the radio stations were controlled by Black Americans, Black music was good. That's the point I'm making. When conglomerates and corporate people didn't make the decisions, music was good. They took that out about 20 years ago, 20 plus years ago. Now you got these kids who are growing up on Akademikz. A lot of the kids who are growing up on Akademikz, 20-year-old people who are 20 right now, they have no clue. They've never heard decent radio. They've never heard decent mainstream hip hop. Come on. Come on. The 25-year-olds out there that Akademikz appeal to, they never heard decent radio. They never heard hip hop. They grew up as babies. They was hearing Nelly. Now, baby. They was hearing that bullshit. And then when they got to be about 10, they was hearing Drake. Auto-tune Chris Brown. Oh, now they in middle school. The weekend is coming up. Just milk toast, no soul, no complexity in lyrics, no complexity in rhythm and music, just a 2-bar loop. And then they hear Future, tick, 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 boom, tick, 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 30-second note, boom, tick, 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 30-second note, boom. And they're 25. And they're getting their information on music through Akademikz. Think about that. Just think about if you're 25 years old. That's the world you grew up in. And now you got this Akademikz dude. This is what I mean by immigrant wake-up call. At some point, these kids are going to wake up and see what the hell it is. And this stuff like right now that's happening in Akademikz is going to go a long way into that. Because you're seeing that whole Drake, Akademikz, people who listen to bullshit-ass hip-hop, music that has no songs about integrity, how to develop society, how to be a better person like we did in the early 90s with hip hop. No modern versions of self-destruction. We all in the same game. No who's the Mac. Nothing to tell you about how to live life and warn you about the ills of society. We seeing that come back. Everything comes back to the original. Yeah, brand Nubians. They can only go so far before they get booted from Twitch. But now, I'm not... We'll see how long this lasts because I think Akademikz has been booted before. So we'll see how long this lasts. But we need to be there for our youngsters as this bullshit that they've been overexposed to their whole life. If you're 30, you were too young to even interpret when you had it good. You did? If you're 30, what was that? You were born in 94, 95? Yeah, you was too young to even notice the good shit at the time. You're only 1 year old, 2 years old. So if you're 30, anything that hit the mainstream, your whole life ain't shit. This thing said booted 5 times like Booker T. But we seeing what it is. We seeing what it is. In New York, y'all got a problem. 50 Cent too old to be starting beefs between two other old ass niggas with great cornrows. You got great cornrows, diss rapping is over with. Nigga, rap about how good it is to be a grandfather if you got great cornrows. Rap about how the other side of success and how it's changed you and made you a better man, if it did, or if it made you a work. Rap about that, nigga. Rap about seeing your grandkids' 8th grade graduation, nigga. Rap about that. You rapping about another grown ass man throwing Dame Dash's name in it. Dame Dash, this black man teeth falling out. He ain't got time to be in no fucking rap beefs. New York, y'all looking real corny right now. Y'all looking real corny. From supporting Drake to this. Get it together, New York. Get it together. That's all I'm saying. Get it together. We ain't even gonna bring up the Puffy situation. God damn. Y'all got Puffy? I'm not even gonna bring up Jay, because that's just speculation. That's just speculation. The Jay-Z stuff is just speculation, so I'm not gonna bring that up. But y'all got Puffy, nigga. You got 3 old ass niggas with great chin hairs, rap beefing and fighting. God damn. Yeah, Nas on this grown man shit. Nas holding it down. LL is holding it down. No Sellout says, Dewan, you're doing the same thing out here gossiping. And you're in here listening. So what the fuck does it make you? My bitch. Now shut up, bitch, and listen. Talking about no sellout. Nigga, you 2 for $1 ass nigga. Don't nobody want to buy you. How about that? And get these 2 for $1 niggas ass out of here. How you gonna talk about me and you listening? Bitch. Back to what we talking about. Back to what we talking about. Oh, Friday, I'm interviewing my man Charlie Burrell. He just released a new R&B album on Death Row Records. We're going to interview him on Patreon on Friday, all right? But back to what we talking about. Yeah, Mark Anthony, these cats be hate listening. Nigga, well, hate. Yeah, they do hate listening. They hate every time they look in the mirror. That's what they hate. Because every time that nigga look in the mirror, he see a bitch. So, back to what we talking about. Oh, this nigga must be from New York. What essay punt Kendrick? Kendrick put a Mexican on the album, and the Mexican's album flopped. He couldn't even get a hit after Kendrick gave him a chance. But your name is Israelite and Polite, so you must be one of them polite ass niggas. Going back to New York, nigga, are you like that dude, Brother Polite? Is that why your shit is? You just put the fire in. Is that what it is? You got a purple gown on, nigga? Are you the Hebrew Israelite that be on the Bible that can't read? Matthew 4:5 says, and God said, read Deuteronomy 2:17. God, nigga, God said in that you, nigga. Sit your polite Israel ass down, nigga, and go wash your purple gown looking like a fake ass Omega Sci-Fi Laker bench warmer ass nigga. Don't come for me. Read! Nigga, why don't you read a joke book, nigga, and get some jokes? All right. Back to what we talking about. So to keep going on this immigrant wake-up call, and we'll get to reading Akademikz later. Trump is putting people on the airplane by boatload, by plane load. And yesterday, them Israelites be looking like they got 1993 Cedric Sabalas Road Laker uniforms on. If you don't sit your ass down, nigga, Jerry East, not Jerry West. Fuck is you talking about? Anyway. Anyway. See, I be laughing at these niggas like, Kendrick, why'd you put the Mexican on? Because black people exercise, it's called exercise and power, motherfucker. If the theme is the West Coast, giving the Mexican 4 bars is not a bad thing. That shows who the boss is. Especially when that same guy turns around and releases an album 2 weeks later that's open with 800 sales. You dumb niggas don't even know when you won. God damn. It'll be different if he put on the motherfucker he knew couldn't handle it. And you dumb niggas is crying. I swear to God, black people ain't gonna win shit politically because you too goddamn emotional. You don't like me. I don't know. God, you think the white person that hired your dumb black ass like you? You fucking idiot. You the nigga that can do the job. How dumb is you niggas? You give a nigga a shot, yes. Because when it comes to music, you got to be true to the song. That's what y'all don't understand about music. A true artist, and this has always been a characteristic of black artists that I don't want us to get rid of because it's part of our magic. A black artist knows when to bring in somebody from outside the culture because sometimes that's the texture the song needs. But you dumb niggas don't know shit about music. No, because I feel a certain way, because they hurt my feelings, because they said that. He shouldn't have done it. That's not being realistic to artistry, you fucking idiot. You got to be true to the song in the studio. You'll never know how many black people played on most of your country western music was black artists. The Beatles, those were black artists in the studio for a lot of that Beatles music. Did you know that? You think them white boys like niggas? But niggas got the job done. So all kind of shit in them studios that go on that you dumb motherfuckers don't know about. Hell, I'm like my father-in-law when he would do like a lot of that Lionel Richie stuff because he wanted Lionel Richie to be more pop. He used a lot of musicians from Toto, white boys, because the white boy gave the music a different, like it was still soulful because the white boys in Toto was soulful, but it was scaled back a little bit. But that's the texture a song like All Night Long needs. Music is about feeling, texture, and groove. And as an artist, you got to be true to the feeling of a song, the texture of a song, and the emotional groove of a song. And your spirit tells you who plays what. As great as James Jamerson was on bass, he didn't get to play on It was so many times James Jamerson bass part was cut out and they had to bring in a new bass player because the James Jamerson texture, as great as he was, wasn't the texture for the song. Music is about, that's for true artists. I ain't talking about you beat making niggas, you puppet master. I want to sell, I want to get a million records, I want to get somebody famous. I ain't talking about that goofy shit. That's goofy music. Real music, you gotta be true to the essence of a song, the texture of a song, the feeling of a song, and what your spirit say to put on the song. That's real music. But you niggas be like, I want a good beat and I want to feel good. Fuck your feelings, man. When did black people get so sensitive about feelings? Hey, boy. Come here. Come here. Sit there. Sit right here. When did we get so emotional with our feelings? My grandfather would be ready to kick everybody's ass today. Somebody asked me, can I make beats? I'm a fucking drummer. I am the beat, nigga. Been playing professionally since I was 14. Can you make a beat? Yes. As a matter of fact, I got sample packs right now on my website that you can lift and make your own beat with. I'm insulted when somebody asks me, can you write music? Can you read music? How about that? Can I make a beat? I respect Dewan, can you read music? I respect that question. Can you make a beat? I'm a fucking drummer. Yes, from scratch, nigga. Sensitive ass niggas. Can I make a beat? I'm so goddamn insulted at that. Can I make a beat? Can you, from scratch, with just 2 sticks and your 2 feet? Can you? You got 2 feet and 2 sticks. Can you make a beat? Can you make a beat? Anyway, back to what we talking about. Carl. So back to what we talking about. Yeah, I learned. I play by ear and I know how to read music. Funny, I learned how to read music, and never once in the studio was I ever asked to read music. Every studio session I've ever done was by ear because most times they let the drummer go. But when I was 15, 16, I wanted to learn how to read music, so my mama put me in music class, and I learned. I spent what until I was 20, 21, learn how to read music. Learn how to read music. What, 6 years of lessons on how to read music? For about 5 years, yeah. So I still can read music, although I've never made my ears much better than reading. Hell, even when I read it, what my ear says is a lot. It always comes out better than whatever the hell they wrote anyway. So anyway, I want to get to Trump. Trump says the 14th is for FBA, for Black Americans. Whatever acronym you want to use, ADOS, Negro, Freedman. Don't come in my chat arguing over that bullshit. You know what the fuck we talking about. So Trump came out, and we're going to play the video here. We're going to play the video what Trump said, and then we're going to see. Because remember, just last week when we were talking about Ann Coulter, we were talking about how these right wingers will tell the truth twice a day. They're broke clock. They will be right twice a day, but usually when they're right, it's to have leverage over the left or over other people. Aboriginal American, I'm down with that too. I'm cool with the Aboriginal American. I'm cool with the children of the slaves. Whatever you call it, as long as we all on the same page as the people that's been here since the inception of this place called the United States, and we're here before 1865. Whatever acronym you want to use, I'm cool with. I don't want to get into a war over that. So here we go. Let me get the video up. Let's see the video what Trump said. Then we're going to talk about it.
For children of slaves. This is what happened. We are fighting hard to get birthright citizenship or automatic citizenship for the children of illegal aliens. That's another way. It's automatic citizenship for children of illegal aliens. That's the other term that they use, which is actually more accurate, more understandable. And it's ridiculous. We're the only country that has it, and certainly the only country that has it to that extent. And it wasn't meant, if you look, it was really meant for children of slaves. This is when it happened. The children of slaves, it was not meant for everyone to come into our country by airplane or charging across the borders from all over the world and think they're going to become citizens. It's not meant for that. It wasn't meant for that. And hopefully at some point the courts will understand that without having to go through a whole big deal. This was meant for the children of slaves. And look at the timing of it and you'll see. And I hope judges will understand that. And it has to stop because it's really hurting our country very badly. We are fighting hard to... This was meant for the children of slaves.
It was meant for the children of slaves, Trump says. Trump says the 14th Amendment was meant for the children of slaves. Do we now see why it's been so important that we delineate? Again, something else Dr. Claude Anderson told us to do 30 years ago. Do you now see why it's important that we delineate? Everything we've ever done in this country has gotten spread to everyone but us. And this is, let me go a little bit deeper real quick. Before I even go on, when it comes to this whole situation, why it's important that we delineate, we have to understand that civil rights laws have been misused since 1869. And we also have to understand that just as much as white women, immigrants, have benefited from our civil rights legislation, do you know what benefits the most of the time? Corporations. The reason why the Supreme Court ruled that corporations are people was because of civil rights legislation. The primary reason why corporations get so many benefits over all of us is through civil rights legislation. Did y'all know that? Like Title VII. When Title VII of the 1964 Civil Rights Act, the purpose was to prohibit discrimination based on race, color, sex, gender, national origin, and employment. Corporations use Title VII to defend themselves from anti-discrimination lawsuit because they're calling themselves citizens that are marginalized. And they literally use civil rights legislation to stop them from being sued. Especially when it comes to regulations. The 14th Amendment, the same amendment that these illegals use to have children, corporations use it too. It was used, the 14th Amendment, it said it was used extensively by corporations under the doctrine of corporate personhood, a case Santa Clara County versus Southern Pacific Railroad Company in 1886 extended equal protection rights to corporations. That's the law that undergirds it in 1886. Like corporations, the same corporations that beat us out of everything, use it to protect themselves. White women, immigrants, handicap, and Dr. Claude Anderson been talking about this shit. That's why Dr. Claude Anderson said we need to be done with civil rights and on to reparations. Civil rights has been done for 35, 40 years now. $40 civil rights has been done. And to go in further about what Trump's usage of that was made for the children of slaves. Not for no country has this thing where you can go to another country and just stay and get benefits. In Mexico, they have whole classes on how to come to America and apply for benefits. They literally come to our neighborhoods using money that was set aside for us, and they get the loans for it to open up shop in our neighborhoods, give us bullshit ass products, give us bullshit ass service, then take the money that they make in our neighborhoods and build their own neighborhoods. We're in for a lot of upheaval during this Trump administration. And I can all but guarantee whatever administration follows is going to continue in this upheaval. Because there's been a whole lot of mud that this country is thrown. If you're on my Patreon, or if you're a member on the channel, you heard my interview with Dr. Randy Short when we talked about how all of these different immigration acts were made to suppress the black economic power, the black vote, and anything that's going to advance us as a people, economically, spiritually, in any kind of way. But at some point, America always gets tired of what they brought over, and they try to change things up. Now we're in a point right now where America's trying to change things up. They brought in all those Chinese, all those Germans, all those people in the 1880s, especially the Chinese, and they had the Chinese Exclusion Act. They stopped bringing in Chinese people because they saw these Chinese folks weren't going to change their culture for their motherfucking asses. And it looks as if America's at that point again right now, where they brought in so many people that now it's gotten to a point where they're like, okay, enough is enough. We still don't fuck with these niggas, but we got to change the course up somehow. And I saw this tweet from Ann Coulter. Ann Coulter likes to use black people when it's convenient. And she even talks about, she said, so at least a half dozen Supreme Courts, including the slaughterhouse cases, and she named some cases, and all the different cases that immigrants appropriate the black experience in America. And Ann Coulter's been on this. That's the one time that she's right. She still ain't shit. She still looks like a goddamn midget camel. No, I'm sorry, not a midget camel. Ann Coulter looks like a midget giraffe. That's what I meant. I fucked my own joke up. She looks like a midget giraffe. I don't want to see black people going around. Ooh, look at Ann Coulter. Ooh, Lord Jesus. Ann Coulter believe in us. Nah, she still ain't shit. But she does know enough of the truth, and she uses that truth whenever it comes time to bop left fingers over the head with. Understand that she's just a midget giraffe. She's nobody that you need to be open up the white girl doors to because she said something right one time. Ann Coulter ain't shit. She still ain't shit. She still ain't shit. But she's right about this. She's right about this. She's 100% right about this. But black people, I want us to take her and these right wingers being right with being chill. Let's be chill, black people. I don't want y'all to be going around talking about some Mammy Coulter now. Ooh, look at Ann Coulter. She's on our team. She's not on our team. She never has been. She never will be. She's just a useful idiot that says something intelligent half the time. Not half the time, 2% of the time. She's a useful idiot that says something intelligent 2% of the time. That's all she is. Don't be no monkey ass niggas going around acting like fucking goofballs because she said something that was right for a change. I need my black folks to chill on that emotional shit. Look at this. Somebody wrote, and culture between Tariq Nasheed. This happens wild sometimes. That is funny. But yeah, she's retweeted Tariq a few times. She's retweeted Tariq a few times. Yeah. That's right. Let's be smart and informed, not useful idiots. You are not lying. You are not lying. Let's get into Akademikz. Let's get into Akademikz. I'm going to pull this card up for the year. Desktop. Let's go back to Akademikz. Akademikz is like, I always say this, the song of the year, if you ask me, was Watch the Party Die by Kendrick. Watch the Party Die, to me, was probably the most important song of last year. Because Kendrick be tapped in musically. And while you dumb niggas is focused on, I don't like that one person in the song, you missed the whole fucking message. Music has a message. And when it's done the right way. And when Kendrick dropped Watch the Party Die, everybody should have known what this is in for. Because in Watch the Party Die, Kendrick talked about who's the party. Who's the party? The party is all these mainstream folks. This Kim Kardashian style celebrity. The person that's just famous for just kind of being famous. They were put on. You don't quite know how they got famous, but now they've been in our face every day for the last 5, 10, 15 years. We don't really know what they did to get in our face the last 5, 10, 15 years, but they are. That's the party. That's the party. Some of them are tethers, and yes, black Americans, a lot of them are us. Homegrown, coon ass, just down with the flow. What do they say? Go along to get along game. That's the party. Yeah, 225 girl getting famous for any reason, without for no reason or without putting in any work. That's the party. And we've been in this party for a while now. Nigga said deport Akademikz. Yeah, I'm with that though. Didn't he? His name is Livingston. How the fuck does somebody named Livingston? That's how you know that all this shit is contrived. So, ain't nobody named Livingston getting to the top of hip hop nothing. If we still control if we still control the algorithm through our radio stations. Ain't nobody in no Livingston, nothing getting to the top of shit. Yeah. Huh? Who said this? Who said anything about FBA being deported? I didn't say that. I don't know. Are you talking to somebody? You must be talking to somebody else in the chat. You know, you must be talking about somebody in the chat. Man, that nigga Livingston look like Heathcliff. T-Mac said Livingston sounds straight gangster. Oh yeah, DL going. Yeah, let's get in and talk about DL going at Snoop. But first off, let's get into Akademikz here. Jack of clubs. That's a liar. That's a lying card. And when I say year, this year, Akademikz' birthday is May, so we're reading a little back into last year, but into this year, he's coming into a 3 of hearts, heartbreak. Queen of hearts. Oh, this Akademikz, you are in for a painful. It's about to be very painful on that nigga going into his birthday. Akademikz being a 2 of diamonds and a jack of clubs in his yearly card. Oh yeah, that's a lying ass nigga right there. Let's see what's gonna be happening with Akademikz next year, going into his birthday. That's what I'm more interested in as his birthday comes. Oh, he's in the 9 of clubs year. That means Akademikz is about to. He's at a crossroads year that he about to come into. Akademikz, you about to be fucked up if you keep bullshitting yourself because you say one thing and do something else. That's what's wrong with Akademikz. Akademikz don't be believing half the shit that he say, but he do it for the bag. He do it for notoriety. If you listen to anything or anybody know Akademikz, that motherfucker, if you don't start telling it like it is, it's about to be a major problem for you, homeboy. It's about to be a major problem for you. The time for that is over with. What I'm seeing right now in his cards, and also would this been a 9 of hearts year in general, in the cards, all that fake shit is over with. All you niggas that's just been famous for pushing depravity and bullshit, all that shit, everything, whatever, positive, negative, whatever motherfuckers have been throwing, this is that time they getting. It's coming back. And it's really coming back on you, Akademikz, because you pushed a lot of Chirac death and depravity. Nigga, you better start giving to some charities and paying your karma forward, homeboy. You better start paying your karma forward. This nigga Rocky went to the other room because I'm too loud. Akademikz, you shit. Which I wasn't going to talk about, but since somebody in the chat room brought it up, I will mention it. And I'm opening up the phone lines now. D.L. Hughley going at Snoop. And Snoop came back and was like, nigga, I'm still a black man. Shit, and he is. D.L. Hughley is the kind of Negro that they think is going to replace Al Sharpton.
Or Snoop has responded to the backlash he received for performing for a Trump event. One of the things he pointed out was that we always stick together. We're good at tearing each other apart, which is pretty constant. It's pretty consistent when somebody gets into trouble. It takes backlash from the community. It's always a communal thing. It isn't any action they took. It is the fact that we can't stay together, that we can't stick together, that it's us always attacking us. But that flies in the face of the reality of what's happening right now. It is not us who are tearing down affirmative action. It is not us who is tearing down DEI. It is not us who are tearing families apart. It is not us.
Let me stop right there, D.L. Hughley. This is why I don't accept ignorance. D.L. Hughley is from California. California lost affirmative action. Do y'all know that California lost affirmative action in 1996? Yeah. when I be listening, when I be looking online and seeing niggas down south, see niggas in LA just don't know. Nigga, do y'all understand? Y'all still got affirmative action? We don't. I'm 43 and have never benefited from affirmative action. Didn't get me into college. It never got me a job. We've had no affirmative action, even though it's a federal law. It's been against the law to practice affirmative action in California since 1996, coming about 30 years. What the fuck did the Democrats do about it? Bill Clinton was president at the time. We had a Democratic governor at the time. What did Obama do about it? What did the Democrats do to fix the Voting Rights Act that you always bitching about when they had their 4 years in office? What did they do when they had the supermajority? Did they roll back any policies that the Republicans put in? So yeah, Snoop is right. We don't need, we as black folks, we don't need to be going at each other over no politician. But people like D.L. Hewley, Roland Martin, Al Sharpton, these are people, Ricky Smiley, these are cats that they put out there to attack black people when black people don't do what the Democrats want. Not when they don't do things that's against what black folks, because most black folks don't give a fuck about Snoop. Most black people wouldn't even know because he never DJ'd the inauguration. He DJ'd a fucking party. So most niggas wouldn't even have known if y'all didn't make a big deal out of it, if the Democrats didn't make a big deal out of it. See, it's these half-truth talking niggas. We see you, DL. We see you. We see you. Because we see the whole situation. Even though we may or may not agree with what Snoop did, it ain't worth your reaction. Because we saw how you did. I ain't gonna vote for no Kamala Harris. I don't know. She put niggas in jail. As soon as that check cleared, allegedly, when we looked it up, oh, Kamala Harris, I gotta apologize. Apologize because your check cleared?
Who have decided that affirmative action and rollbacks that have been that had precedent for 50, 60 years are gone. It is not us that is doing that. It is the man you decided to perform for. It is not us who really.
It's the man that you decided to perform for that put us in the 1990s for crime, a Biden bill. It's the cat that you performed for that brought in all of these goddamn illegals to take black jobs. Now the city of Chicago has job applications that says Spanish speaking only. And you're okay with that.
Ridiculed you. It was Elon Musk who showed your clip from 2017 and another from 2025 and said the vibe shift is real. It wasn't us that did that.
There is a vibe shift. We tired of niggas like you. So Elon Musk wasn't lying.
It is. I think most people are disappointed because they saw you a specific way, and you have a right to kind of interpret and do whatever artistically you want to. No one's begrudging you that. But why the attack on the community? Because they disagree with something you did.
He didn't attack the community. He attacked niggas like you.
You performed for a guy they knew would do what he's doing. But it's us that has a problem.
And what he's doing ain't affecting black people. DEI, fuck DEI. Immigration is a good thing for us. These things are good. Is he doing anything specifically for us directly? No. But is he doing things that indirectly benefit us? Like ending birthright citizenship? Hell yeah.
It's us that are wrong. It is us that can't stick together. 92% of black women voted against this man. 86% of black men voted for him. Almost 90% of black people in general voted against.
This nigga don't even know how to read stats. 92% of black women did not vote for Biden. 92% of the people who chose to vote. Most black people, man and woman, didn't vote, nigga. Most black people did not vote. Let's look that up. Let's look that up. Let's look that up. let's look that up right now so that I'm right. How many people voted in the for? Let me see here. No, not that. I said how many black people voted. Let me see here. It's telling me that, so they don't have a number that voted because it's too soon. Let me see if I have a number for 2020. So it's saying in 2020, half the black people were voted, who were registered to vote, voted 60% in 2020 versus 70% of white people. So what we're seeing here is black people in general, percentage wise, is voting less than white. Let me see about 2016, because 2020 that election was funny. Okay, yeah, so we're running at about 60%. About 60% of black people voted that are eligible to vote. And out of that 60% that voted, 92% of the black women voted for Trump. That's how you quote the stat, D.L. Hewley. 92% of black people did not vote for her. Out of the eligible voters, which is about 60% of the black people who were eligible to vote, 92% of them voted for Kamala. Got to be right about that distinction. But I'm curious to see what this year was like. How many black people stayed on their ass? That's what I want to know. These numbers aren't out yet. But when they come out, we'll see.
We stuck together. We decided that this was a man who was bad for our community. We stuck together. We didn't try to tear each other apart. We tried to protect each other. And the very...
You tore apart every nigga that was talking about anything about Kamala. What the fuck? Is he trying to rewrite history? You, Roland Martin? Ricky Smiley? What about if something happened? We ain't gonna be no marches. Now, Luke, Tether Luke, man, I don't want to hear nothing if a black person get killed by the police. You voted for it. You's the most divisive ass niggas on earth.
Man who knew would do the very things he's doing, you decided to entertain. It isn't anger or hate. It is honestly people being disappointed. But why is the most common refrain whenever somebody gets to a situation like that, you tell us we can't stick together? We've shown you we have. We've shown you we did. We voted in more specific numbers than any other demographic in the nation. We did stick together. And if you're so angry about the backlash you're getting, you need to talk to the 2017 version of you. The 2017 that was said that you would ride out anybody that performed for him.
You know the danger in that statement? In 2017, I was totally against Trump too. Didn't vote for him, but I didn't vote for Hillary either because she looked like Rosie from the Jetsons. But the way I felt about Trump in 2017 is completely different than how I feel about him now. Why? Because I got to see him as president for 4 years and I saw that, well, he kind of fucked other people off more than he fucked us off. So, hell, I want to see him spread around the pain. I'm tired of black people being the only ones that suffer and shit. So, my point of view on Trump is completely different than it was in 2017. And I would imagine most people who actually paid attention during his presidency, it wasn't that bad. Like was it great? No, but it wasn't that bad either. It was just like, oh, I thought he was gonna be this. He wasn't that. He was just okay. That's how you know. How the hell do you judge somebody for changing their opinion after experiencing somebody? And on top of that, he got his homeboy out of jail. Harry O. He got his boy out of jail. Okay. I could be against you too, but you do something for me, I could change my mind. Right, nice to go. DL didn't go after. We can always take it back to that shit that he said on Sway in the morning. You didn't go after the man that did that shit, that won't whamps to your folks. Last thing on here is you talk about somebody going at somebody now. Democrats told people not to go over their families' houses on Thanksgiving. Call in 323-744-7425. The Democrats literally told people not to break bread with their own family. Do y'all remember that? Over a fucking election. What's up, caller? What's your name? Where you calling from?
This is Aaron from Houston.
Aaron from Houston, what's on your mind?
I want to talk about what you were talking about earlier when you first started the broadcast about, the kids or, people growing up in like the 2000s, listening to Nelly and stuff like that. I'm one of those kids. I was born in 2000. And you're absolutely right.
We didn't give y'all shit. I'm telling you, I apologize right now. The adults didn't give y'all shit as far as entertainment wise. They didn't look out for y'all at all. They was too busy gender warring between men and women. But go ahead.
So you're absolutely right. I remember on the radio station, they would just play just the same songs every 8 hours. You know what I'm saying? Like when I go to school, the same song would be playing once I get out of school. You know what I'm saying? And that'll be 7 days a week. But in my family, I was fortunate enough to have to stay with my grandmother. My mom had me when in her late 30s. She was born in 63. So she had me when she was around 37. And she put me on to different artists like Switch, the Temptations, the Supremes, Sly and the Family Stone. I remember the first time I heard Stevie Wonder is when I was cooking. My grandma had I was maybe 8 years old or whatever, and my grandma she was making some gumbo for the holidays. So as a kid, you gotta help out. You know what I'm saying? You gotta cut up some celery, whatever. And I remember I came in and Stevie Wonder was playing. And the song was Do I Do, and that's a whole 10-minute song. I remember asking my grandma, I was like, "Who's this? Who's this playing on the radio?" Da 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 da, and she put me on. You know what I'm saying? So I'm thankful for her, and my ancestors to give me all that music and game, and then also I'm thankful for you to put in all that history and context. You know what I'm saying? So
I appreciate that.
That's I really think the people in my generation, they don't have that really they weren't really cultivated like that. I won't say all of them, but some of them didn't grow up like that.
If they didn't have nobody in their house, and that's why I'm always here to remind my generation to be patient with your generation when it comes to that. Because I remember when I was a kid, I remember how impatient the grown people were with the hip hop generation. All the hip hop, and and I'm thinking well, shit, our school sucked. All the stories y'all tell about school ain't what we got. Y'all had wood shop, y'all had machine shop, y'all had mechanic shop, y'all had all kind of fun shit we didn't have. And so when I was 16, 17, 18, 20, I said when I get to that age, I'm not going to be the way to the 20-year-olds the way the grown people are to me now. I'm like you. Personally, my parents, my dad taught me all the game. So all the hip-hop stuff, I'm listening to hip-hop while I'm listening to Sly and the Family Stone with my dad. So I'm getting music from both sides at the same time. But outside of my house, I saw how the adults were, and I said, when I get to that point, I ain't never going to let it happen. Because first off, I'm looking at the niggas around me. It's a whole bunch of giant niggas around me. These gonna be the ones talking shit in 20 years. And that's exactly what's happening. And your age group, I feel bad for y'all. Like, your version of soul is Alicia Keys and John Legend. Your version of hip hop starts with Nelly and ends with Drake. Your version of singing is mostly filled with auto-tune. You didn't get any popular music that was of your time where you got to hear a man or a woman really belt out music and sing it. You heard auto-tune. And if they didn't have auto-tune, they had little weak-ass voices like Ella, Ella, eh. Rihanna was quoting you her goddamn vowels instead of singing.
Yeah.
And that was what you got for R&B. We got to be patient with y'all, but go ahead.
No, I was going to say that song used to play all the time on the radio. And it's like, that made me want to stop listening to the radio, you know what I'm saying, to go discover more music, you know what I'm saying? So I also feel like partly it's on the person with their free will to want to learn that history and to want to dive into other forms of music that we created, you know what I'm saying? Like, I could have, my grandparents and my parents could have put me on and I could have just left it at that and not want to do the research. But, I was so fascinated with it. Like, I just want to learn more. And that, learning more about the history, that empowers me to, pass it on to to my kids or to the people, my peers and stuff like that. And hey, we created all this stuff.
Yeah, man. And so that's what and I do it for your generation. I do it for all generations, but I really do it for y'all because I know that y'all came up with a lot missing, and we got to catch y'all up so y'all can get it and pass it on down.
Yeah, definitely. So I definitely appreciate that, man. Like it really. I feel like like I said, it takes on the person willing to dive in those crates, or really right now to dive online and to and just do that research because it's a great history. It's real great history. I remember like just over the holidays, I was talking with my grandmother that's still living. She was and I was just asking her about how she grew up and things like that. What her favorite song was as a kid, and she put me on to Paul Williams and her favorite song.
Oh yeah,
the Hucklebuck, the saxophone songs. So she put me on to that, and that made me just want to just dive more into it and stuff like that, and just listen to her tell her about tell me her stories during like Jim Crow and because she was a sharecropper, so she was telling me about Jim Crow and all that. And then she was like, yeah, we used to get down, you know what I'm saying? Like, even, she was fighting with the white supremacists. She would tell me, like, she'd get these straight razor blades and, like, put them, just hold them in their hands. And, when they tried her, she started swinging on them. You know what I'm saying? That low-key just empowered me right there. Like, because if you get cut with a straight razor, that's a lifelong scar, you know what I'm saying? So,
yeah.
Listening to my grandparents and my parents, man, that just empowers me myself. And then on top of that, listening to y'all, the New Black Media, that just gets me, that fills me up inside. You know what I'm saying?
I'm glad we can provide that for you, yo, man. You keep it going, brother.
I appreciate it.
Have a good one.
You too.
Yeah, I like talking to the young. I'll get the youngsters next time, man. I got a special place in my heart, especially for under 30, especially for that. Because I saw what y'all got raised on. That was some bullshit. What's up, Carla? Hold on 1 second, Carla. Hold on 1 second. I see my mom, Black McBain, said give Rihanna a break. She was only 15. Hell no, it ain't no breaks. Do you know how old Michelle Light was when she sang this?
Hey, what's up, B?
Hold on 1 second.
Okay.
Where is it at? Where is it at? I'm looking for it. This Michelle A was only 15 when she sang this. Ah shit! Y'all can't get audio. My bad. Michelle A was only 15 when voice. That was Michelle A when she was 15. I don't want to hear Rihanna was only 15 when she quoted her vows and Ella. Because she ain't Black American, that's the problem. Our youngsters could sing at 15. I don't want no goddamn excuses. What's up, caller? What's your name? Where you calling from?
Yo, I'm glad you mentioned that though, but I'm gonna bring up something. I'm gonna spin back around why I called in though. But this what people need to understand about the Caribbean accent and the American accent. The reason why a Caribbean won't be able to sing like a foundational American is because they have an accent that ella ella ella. You know what I mean? It's not going to sound crispy as it will for a American. Not to sound like that, but it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Just facts.
Yeah.
But this one I wanted to tap in would be I remember like when I was young, cause my mom from North Carolina, and I remember when I was young, my mom was born 1945, North Carolina. So when I was younger, I remember my mom used to mention things like country black people inventing country music and stuff like
Mm-hmm.
that. You know what I'm saying? But honestly, when I was young, I used to be like, mm, I don't know, but I should just like okay.
Mm-hmm.
But I never used to take it like as a big deal and stuff like that. My mom used to
Mm-hmm.
just tell me all types of stuff like
Mm-hmm.
black people with jazz and black people with doo wop and with baseball and everything. But when when I get older, I did more of the research and everything is coming to fruition and coming out and all over social media and the proof is out there now and it's just crazy that my mom was just saying all this stuff like way back then and just everything is true. You know what I'm saying? So
It's funny
yeah,
you say
black
that
people
because when
invented
I was a
everything.
kid, it was the same with my grandmother. When you're a kid, you don't really get it. You kind of like, yeah, whatever. But as you get
Yeah,
older,
exactly.
it starts to make like my grandmother. I never forget. It was a Duncan Hines commercial. They used to come on with the Four Tops singing that song "Sugar Pie Honey Bun," and
Yeah.
I remember that commercial back in the '80s, and my grandmother saying, when that song came out, they called that nigga music, and they didn't like us. And every time you look up now, because as a kid, I'm seeing Motown everywhere. Like I'm thinking,
Mhm.
and so I'm thinking, oh, they loved Motown in the '60s. My grandmother always be like, man, that was racist. That was like white people ended up liking it, but he was like, they called and my grandmother. She always said they called all that stuff black music, and they did not like us. And she would always say that to the point to where when I was a kid, I was tired of her saying that because it seemed like every time a song from the '60s came on, she would say that, you know. And then she would talk about whenever a rap song come on, she'd be like, "Oh, that's just Pig Meat Markham." We listening to Ice Cube. She's like, "Oh, he sound like Pig Meat Markham." You know, she would say things
Yo,
like, "Black people invented this, black people invented that," and that's why I'm saying. And I'm glad you bring this up as a caller because I want everybody out there listening. When you say these factoids to the kids, they may roll their eyes now. They may act like they're not listening because they probably don't care now, but it will come back to them, like this caller is saying.
E- Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Because like when I was younger, you know what I'm saying, and my older brothers used to listen, rap and all that stuff when I was younger and I used to listen to it. And my mom used to just come out of nowhere and say, "Oh, that's what's the name beat? That's James Brown beat. Oh, that's
Mm-hmm.
I beat. Oh, that's I as a matter of fact, I remember one time, remember the song y'all need to y'all need to give it up. Remember the Mobb Deep song?
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah, yeah. You know what's crazy? I was younger and I liked that song. My mom was like, "Oh, do you know that song from Scarface, right?" It was just, even though that's not a foundational music, but it's just certain things that people hear a song and they think like we invented it, but a lot of stuff been around for whatever for a long
Yeah.
time. And the same thing like what you was talking about, like the music, how white people be was in denial, in denial, like oh it's garbage, it's garbage. But when you look at all the old, old cinema movies, the music and the soundtrack to the all the cinema movies is foundational Black Americans. When you look at
Yeah.
Goodfellas, when you look at all them old school movies, it's like you said, it's the Temptations, it's the soundtrack of all the movies, our music,
All of it.
all of it.
All of it. All of
And
it. All of it. All of it. It like going the cartoons when we were kids, the dancing birds, all that stuff was Lewis Jordan and Duke Ellington music from the cartoons to the movies. Even going back to the old when they had when they what do you call that the dude that looked like him when they didn't speak those movies when they just had the little reels going. They were playing
yeah,
ragtime, black music.
yeah, that's a fact. What's the brother
Charlie
that was
Chaplin.
from right? Yo, what's the brother they did a movie on? That was from Harlem. super talented. He died young from an overdose. They did a movie. I think Vivica Fox played one
There's
of
a
his
bunch of
wives.
them cats die young back in them days.
Oh man, what's the name? Old Dog played him. Old Dog from
I
Menace to
forgot, but it's a
Society.
lot of them that died that young. Tom Brown, Clifford Brown died young.
Oh
Charlie
man,
Parker. It's
Frankie
so
Lyman.
many.
There we go. Somebody said it in the
Oh, Frankie
comments. Frankie
Lyman.
Lyman.
Okay, yeah,
There
yeah.
we go.
Why
All
do
right,
fools fall in love? Yeah.
right. Like when I was younger, like I was saying, when I used to hear the movies, them songs on movies and stuff like that, honestly, not to sound like that, I used to think they was like white people, bro. Until I got older, I'm like, oh shit, that's our people. They made all that music for America. It just blew my mind. I just want to tap in and
We the
let you know that.
soundtrack.
I should, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
exactly, it's like our music is it's America's soundtrack. You know what I'm saying? Our music is a soundtrack to America.
Period, man. Thanks for giving us a
Right.
call.
Got you.
Yes, sir. Yeah, so it's important that you pass this history along and tell it. Because even if it seems that the kids aren't listening, they watching, they listening, and it'll pick up at some point for them. Call back. I couldn't answer. I don't know. I thought I clicked the button. So call back, caller. And the next call will be my last call. What's up, caller? What's your name? Where you calling from? Oh, I guess that's them. Three calls coming in at once. First one gets the answer. What's up, caller? What's up, caller? What's your name? Where you calling from?
Hi, Dawn B. Hi, everybody in the room. Thank you for having this conversation.
Mm-hmm.
One thing I want to say, like two things, 2 points, because I see you got your topic about the 14th Amendment, but you're talking about music right now. And the main thing I feel like is missing is the church. When
Oh,
you
so
look at
much.
Yes, when you look at all the genres of black music, all those singers came from the church,
Yeah.
and it came from the soul of the fields, even before we was able to practice our religions openly. So that was the soul of all our genre. The way we praise God was what we did. Even when the church frowns upon secular music, but if it wasn't for people like Ray Charles and all those early soulful singers bringing the church into secular music, that's how you got a Whitney Houston. That's how you had a Phyllis Hyman. That's how you even have a Faith Evans. The way our 90s music is. Why you think that was the last era where you heard singers really belt out songs and do their riffs the way they did and stuff like that? So I kind of want to shed light on that because,
I'm glad you
even though,
said that because my next documentary is on gospel.
oh yeah,
All right,
that
you got to
that
go
would
for a
be
walk.
that would be fire. And people
Come on,
look
Rocky.
down upon the church now, but a lot of great things came out of the church. You know what I'm saying?
A lot of
Especially
that,
without.
and that's one thing I'm really gonna focus in on my next documentary about the church foundation, all the shit that we seeing right now. But I gotta walk my dog though. I'm about to get up out of here. Thanks for giving us a call.
Thank you.
Huh? Yeah, here, Rocky. That's what Rocky. That's how Rocky sound when he ready to go walk. Come on, Rocky. Come on, baby boy. Come on, baby boy. Baby boy ready to go walk. I can't answer the call. Baby boy ready to go walk. You ready to go walk? He ready to go walk and take his shit. You ready to walk and take his shit on, boy? Say, I'm ready to take his shit. People getting their wake up calls, y'all. This is definitely been fun. I can't take y'all calls. But let's black people sit back and watch. Let's watch the bullshit, okay? Do not get involved. Don't play no Captain Save a Hose. We done with that shit. We done. People made their bed. Let them lay in it. All right? Ready to go, Rocky? All right. I'm about to go take Rocky to take his shit. So I'll holler at y'all. Thank y'all again for listening. And remember this, there are no perfect messengers, Only perfect messages for those willing to pick up the game. All right? Y'all have a good one.